Hello and welcome to Solitaire. This is Solitairica. I will probably talk more if I notice people dropping by, and until then, I'll kind of just like tab in and out of the stream, essentially checking my numbers. Let's try the rogue again. I'm trying to get any class to work in this game. One moment. Okay, here we go. Well, this is not the best run, but like most. Like most roguelike games, the first battle kind of finds a way to be you're able to kind of like mush through it, if anything. What I've kind of found playing this game so far is that I like running alchemy or whatever that spell was early. For anyone who's new here, hello and welcome to Solitairica, which is a solitaire roguelike, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of a mess. That's not the way to start. Like most solitaire games. Hold that for now. Some more. Not the best hit. Taking more damage than I actually think that I am. Anyway, Solitairica is a solitaire-themed roguelike in the sense that I'm going to immediately ignore my explanation again so I can attempt to look at my build and figure out what I'm doing with my life. None of these spells really fit what I'm doing, to be honest. To be fair, resilience is kind of like feels like a pretty good armor builder compared to, because it pays out 1 for 1 compared to this, which is like 2 to 1. As long as you have at least 3 to bank. I like to run stun spells in my blue slot because basically, so Solitairica, there's kind of 4 kinds of suits, I guess, to your cards. There's red, which is like attack, and then like, you know, defense, agility, which is usually like either you can kind of scry cards, or in this case draw cards faster, and then purple, which is like healing and like spells and crap, I guess. And whenever you draw a card or whenever you destroy a card, you get 1 energy of that suit, I guess. And you can see like obviously that you can cast spells based off that. And I'm holding off from getting any green spells because obviously my green card is just kind of like turbo eat as fast as possible, and then we got like, you know, lots of various other spells. How do people talk while playing video games? I should buy something at least. Like this, I don't really need to, because this boss in particular basically just throws only coin cards at you, so it's a good way to farm money, and also because all the cards are coin cards, you tend to not gain much energy because what you're gaining is just like, you know, it's just coins the whole way down. Here. Here. Not going to start too fast, if anything. And what originally, so I believe I first got this game when I first got this game on what I believe was an Epic Game Store giveaway. Like one of those things where it's just like, let's go there, and then let's go that. Try to get something rolling here. And I like tried it shortly after I played Slay the Spire, which, of course, as we all know, is I might be dying here, embarrassingly. Is it cringe to die this early in Solitairica? It depends. I've been having a kind of like embarrassingly lopsided board that I've not been managing super well, but you know, that happens sometimes, I guess. So we're gonna go and let's see, at least we can run it up here like this. And hopefully, there we go. Sometimes I do wonder if Solitairica will kinda... Oof, that was close. Will we make it? No, we will not make it. Okay, well, an effort was made. Solitaire games, like I guess like any game that has to do, that's kind of like table gamey, I'm convinced people believe are the most rigged games of all time. So if you look at people talk on like backgammon, like forums, which I know, of course, everybody here goes to, or like poker websites or whatever, like, you know, games, I don't know why, but I think people like to believe that those kind of games specifically are very rigged. I guess it makes sense for a lot of PvP games, because for things like backgammon and like poker, when you're playing versus CPUs, you know, they want to try to bait you into feeling like if you feed some more money into the game, you'll do better, you'll win back your losses or whatever. Kind of like those casino type games. I think it doesn't really make sense in a 1v1 kind of thing like backgammon, because I explained this on Twitter once, but the way I saw it was that if you have like a whale, like if you have like two whales playing backgammon, like who do you rig the game like in favor of? You can't just like rig the game in favor of the better, like, you know, the higher spender or the lower spender, or the higher skill player or the lower skill player. It's kind of like you could rig backgammon fairly trivially. I'm convinced I could rig backgammon if I wanted to make a mini game that's just extremely cursed backgammon, which actually sounds kind of funny when I think about it. Let's go kind of like eat our way around here. But I think it's not so clear, like, how do you rig for max profit? And maybe I'm just not a cool company who knows well enough how to rig for fun and profit. Solitairica, like, for a game like this, I feel like this is definitely like the kind of game that would, if it felt like it, it would probably rig in your favor just a little bit, because I think what turned me off from this game the first time Once again, it's alchemy time. Once I like have died for the millionth time by running alchemy, I will probably be smart and not run alchemy, but I can get alchemy to pay for itself in like one battle on a good day, so like, you know, like why not, right? But yeah, I was turned off by Solitairica the first time I played because I was like, I just played Slay the Spire, which is an extremely like constrained choices, very like I don't think thought provoking is really the word. I mean maybe, but like Slay the Spire is incredibly there we go. Just like a gorgeously finely tuned game that's very like it appeals to a certain kind of numberhead where it really teaches you the value of, to me at least, I guess these are really worth taking out. Yeah, I think so that was worth. Like Slay the Spire is really a game that's good at teaching you to treat everything you have as a resource. HP is a resource, money is a resource. And it's a game where you're constantly kind of bleeding out, but in a way that's makes you feel like, you know, you were able to exhaust every bit of your strategy. You were able to understand like, you know, exactly what you're doing in it. And it embodies, I think, the good things of roguelikes in how it limits your choices in a way where your choices feel like they're very varied from game to game because just the tech and what combos you can build is very diverse. Well, that's actually kind of interesting. In Slay the Spire. Anyway, you go to Solitairica, and Solitairica, like, I think if you don't understand it as kind of being more of a solitaire game than like a rogue, like, I guess, like, I feel like, you know, there's certain pros and cons to solitaire games. Let's go up here, sure. Ace? Nope, no fun. Okay. Solitaire games feel very like it can be frustrating to play a solitaire game, like super like go back down the scale here. Actually a surprisingly good run for this boss. Like usually at this boss I do embarrassingly like struggle like kind of a little bit. Let's go ahead and just do this the easy way. Such a kind of nice. Nice. Okay. Sure. Like, because this is like a single card kind of solitaire game, like you can really run the risk of just kind of being stuck in basically exactly what I'm doing right now, which is you've got like a handful of cards on the table. That could have killed me. I should actually be playing it more carefully. I might die if I don't top deck something really fast. Like really fast. Okay, now I'm dead. Kind of like that. Or like, and I also don't know if talking is making me play worse, to be honest. I'm just always this kind of like clumsy. But like, solitaire games, like, I think they really make the kind of like bad luck part of roguelikes really obvious, because a lot of times you'll just be stuck in this like tunnel of like, well, I'm just never going to draw a good card ever. And it feels bad. And before I found the fast like animations dialogue, it felt about 100 it felt about 200% as bad as it did right now. And I think what it helps understand, like, you know, like it's kind of a Slay the Spire, again, to kind of use it as the point of reference, is a game that really feels like every game is kind of winnable. Like, you'll be taking a lot of different paths, and you can't rely on the same strategy everywhere. You have to do a really good job of like adapting to what you have, but like every game feels winnable in a sense. And obviously, in Solitaire, it kind of feels like it's more nuanced than I think I want to admit it is, because I want to just complain that I just like bricked really terribly and died, and it was not my fault at all, and I've never done anything wrong in my life. But I think it's one of those things where, like, obviously bad luck does play a factor, but a lot of it is also just like your bad choices early in your solitary-ness can kind of leave you just kind of like high and dry. Like I'll often leave myself really terrible columns just because I haven't really thought too hard about solitaire. I don't have alchemy this time. What are we gonna do? Let's see, so we have 3 for 2 armor, which is better than 2 for 1. Technically. It's not great, I'd rather save my money, to be honest. Not too much that's like good here. I'll just like hold off then. And the solution to this for Solitaire is just for it to be extremely Sunday, I think. Like, you're just kind of like, you know what, it's fine if I lose. I feel like I'm getting slightly better at kind of understanding some of the kind of more subtle things in this game. Like, I do often play this very kind of like pocket card jockey, like, where I will just see a number and I'll be like, wow, cool number, and I like will immediately go to click that number if I have like any matching numbers before really thinking about whether it was a good idea to click that number. Kind of like that, to be honest. Wow, and also now that I'm talking, I'm actually not paying too much attention to how badly my HP is doing. Just kind of keep going. Hey. Also, there's something about this game that feels just like profoundly like mobile game. Like, aside from the fact that there's this kind of like special currency that appears kind of randomly, that like, it's part of like the roguelite progression, where also I'm stuck in kind of a gross hole here little deal, where you slowly unlock more play styles and more. You make your current classes. I really shouldn't have done that, but like, whatever. Please feed me. Please feed me. There we go. And like, of course this screen feels profoundly like, I think it's just lacking like a 3-star animation for giving you the full like, mobile game feel. But like, it's a solitaire game, right? Like, you're just kind of like going out and having fun and not really knowing what to buy here. Nothing here just on this, like, none of these items honestly are that appealing to me right now. I think the problem is with these spells layout, like the class I'm starting with has like a decent, like, I like my attack and my agility spell, and because of that I'm just like really hesitant to invest in those. But also when there's like nothing else, I probably should be spending my resources just to make sure that I do well enough to like get through this fight, because I think me being a cheap ass early is kind of becoming part of the reason why I'm getting just like embarrassingly obliterated early on. Let's see if this gives me a thing. Hey, there we go. That was not too bad. It's not a great board, but we'll do it. Just not liking those vibes. Being profoundly greedy there. See, now I'm just like out of HP again. Just kind of cringe. I'm out of HP, and also I'm just like, I do not have the juice here of these cards. Throwing them this so I don't die immediately to Hero and Cane, and then I die to that instead. Sure, whatever. Makes me almost want to do like a different class. Like I did good with Monk, mostly just because I went for Stunlock, and I really like the wild card type things for obvious reasons. Like I think wild cards give you like a bit of flexibility that makes my life a lot less suffering. And like Rogue, the idea here was just kind of like yeet your way, just drawing tons of cards and doing, I don't know, something with that. And so far it's just kind of like not worked out for whatever reason. Warrior is kind of like, you know, you're just very traditional main class. I didn't feel excited about one way or the other. One thing I always wondered was why this game doesn't really have music. It has these little stings that play, like, you know, little like orchestral, you are playing a game with a budget, kind of like orchestral strings that make you feel all cool and grand if you're into that kind of music, I guess, which I'm kind of like whatever on. Something I do appreciate is when you use your like instant like new card, you do get the energy that comes with the new card, which actually does help with the cost of it, which I appreciate. Here we go. Okay, that didn't take forever. Oops. Maybe we try the 1-for-1 armor spell this time. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Oh, better to make that mistake now rather than later. Better to be stuck in this purgatory forever. It's beard purgatory. There we go, get me out of here. There we go. I always like... I think one of the problems with my builds is that I really like so far in this game making builds that are like really good for the first like 4 or 5 turns, and then if you happen to have a battle that lasts longer than that, which you will because it's solitaire, you just kind of die. Like, I love giving you the things that like give you like power at the start of battle, because I just feel like I'm in the kind of mindset of like, if you're doing a game, like kind of an RPG kind of style battle game like Slay the Spire, like you really like think I think I heavily value strategies that are very like you front load a ton of damage, because kind of like it makes sense in those kinds of settings, because when you have multiple monsters, obviously probably a bit more aggressive this time. It helps. Only mildly. Like, front-loading your damage in most games is nice, because, you know, the more enemies you take out, the less enemies that you have to deal with later. And so I'll do really good at just, like, clearing off, like, maybe, like, half the cards or so, and also I am nearly out of HP again, which is, once again, kind of cringe, believe me, at that time. But, like, here in this game, like, you know, the way combat works is, like, since it's just, like, the enemy does one action when you do one action, I think it's probably less valuable to have the kind of, like, quick start kind of things like these. Like, I mean, it feels nice. Like, it probably doesn't hurt. But it's like, Let's see. So if we have... I don't have very much right now yet. I haven't really bought anything. Because, again, like, my attack and, like, this spell, like, they're both, like, not very necessary to my build, I guess. But also, I feel like I don't have enough power at the moment to kind of, like, mush through it. I'm not sure how to build my build from here. Wow, look at this. That's actually pretty okay. Sweet. Should have done for the 2, but we weren't thinking too hard. We'll do this the easy way. I don't have to worry about the 2. I can just save this, like, defense thing until I need to take, like, a big tank. Like, since it basically gives you 1-to-1 as long as you get above 3, it'd be better just to kind of, like, keep a stockpile of it, I think. It's like leaving that number around so it can kind of, like, turn out and become whatever. Let's do this. I guess get rid of any of these. We can get rid of these, draw another card. It was nothing good. Take 9 out, and then 10. Oh wait, no, it uses my purple. I'm a big dum-dum. So it's 3 blue that uses all of your purple, so I should just never use purple for anything other than that. If I want to chant card, I guess. That's really interesting. Power of reading and work here has caused me to accidentally get through this battle. And that's kind of a bummer, because like I feel like there are some purple spells I like, but usually purple is just kind of like my healing dump, so... I mean, armor is just healing if you do it in advance, so like, hey. I do like myself a good stun. I feel like stuns are... I've relied a lot on stuns. I don't know if that's right, but I think it has been very, tough. I'm not gonna buy alchemy, it's kind of late for alchemy. Hmm. Keep a nice broad tableau here. It's pretty fun. Throw down a stun. Going for the 7s was perhaps the correct choice, but I was being a bit greedy, if anything. I think I was just not paying attention. I could click like hella cards there, but like, oops. Just throw those 2s at you, and I will attempt to hold out for now. Get that 10 out of me. Let's go for the 5 shield then. Oh, screw me. That's no fun. Please feed me. My crops. They are dying. Oh, that's so weird. So, if there is cases where it's used to like null cards by... I mean... It's not a good idea. Well, see, here's like a spell I like to use, but like if I'm going armor to willpower to armor, then I should probably avoid it for now. Like, if I had better... I think if I had green spells that were really aggro, if I had like the wild card, this would be really tempting to just like throw everything in the generating wild cards. But right now, I don't think it's the right choice, to be honest. So we'll kind of go without it. Ain't that a gorgeous run? What did I do to deserve this run? That's gonna be the best thing you see in a while. And then some. Scandalous. I'm gonna go ahead and armor up. That is a nice amount of armor. I will say that I appreciate that. I'm just kind of like, please get me out of here. Please do not deal me any more cards. That'd be really terrible. Because it's already spiky, so it can't become thorny, or can't become frozen, which is big relief, if anything. That was nice. Now I have a ton of money. 180, more than a ton. I have like infinite money. With that in mind, Receive is kind of a nice one. Start by buying a respawn. That honestly will save my butt more than I care to admit. The One of Each Energy is a good value personally, so I'll go and equip that on the Stab the Hearts. And I want to start with 3 attack energy. It does generate. It will be greedy. And I will save the money in case there's something good next time. The curse of the RPG player dies hard. This game is being kinder than it needs to be right now if the runs it's giving me, to be honest. So this column is going to be a full of regrets for me in the future. Go for stuns this time if this thing, because it said it was good at taking out armor, so I will trust it on that. Stun again. Now let's continue running here. Take out some of the ones that suck. Oh, that's no fun. Good thing I got rid of those columns, I guess. And I can just, actually I can just finish this off now. That's quite nice. When the RNG hits just right. And rewards, whatever. So this one will take out 2 cards, but it won't give me an agility, and the agility is what I really appreciate from those. Oh, that's for enemies that stun you a lot. So I can buy another revive, but I'll hold it for a second because I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I'll be able to buy the next revive as I need it. Like, I don't need to have them stored up before this battle. You ruined my morning. Wow, what did I do to you? Already comes up frozen? Sure. You like 10s and 9s. Here's your game. Why do you gotta do this to me? Just stun, see if we can get, like... I do hold off on my... You see, I kind of hold off on my aggro abilities sometimes until I sometimes see if I can squeeze a turn or two before I really, like, need to use them. Which is, like, almost certainly, like, the JRPG talking, if anything. That's a number I can't even see it, a 6, okay. There are a lot of frozen cards here, and that's going to annoy me. I guess I can juggle back and forth between those at least. Hopefully. That's not too much of a concern, at least. That was lucky. That Wobby boy really just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Alright, so now we are comically rich. Redeal all cards from additional column. I'm sure this is useful for something, and I can't quite imagine what. Oh, maybe that like kind of evens out my board, if anything. It's actually kind of interesting. Turn one turn for each front defense. That'd be good if there's like changes. This would be good if you have identical types, which I don't have alchemy. Honestly, like the overwhelm feels like it'd be really good for like alchemy or something. Alright, honestly this is interesting. I will try this. I can throw it in for the heal because I'm bold and stupid, and also we'll be using the heals for armor instead. Okay, it'll actually warn you. That's interesting. Alright. Let's try this cool redeal button. Really does even it out. That's kind of nice. Oops. It lets me, like, it feels like it's probably a waste, but it lets me play to my worst instincts of like not actually doing good solitaire. It just lets me do like god awful, like terrible solitaire. Sort those out, make it nice and neat. And then you can kind of just look how pretty that is. I mean, of course, make it look terrible again. But, you know, sometimes it's how it goes. If we go ahead and do that, kind of like resort these. That didn't turn out so well, but like we'll deal with that. See, now we have a nice board which we can use for when we get a card in that kind of range, like that, because we were lucky. Now we just gotta wait for a good number here, which we may or may not ever get. Now we're on the ropes. We just need an attack like that, and that'll do it. Okay, perfect. Well, we can't say it was great, but it did the job. Alright, now those are quite what I need. Humongous Bomb is not really a set of adjectives that I'm excited to see. This is the kind of roguelike that it accessorizes its characters by adding adjectives. And so adjectives we shall have. Wow, that's a terrible opener. You're gonna sit for a turn then. Hope that works. We regret sitting. Going for the real ugly opener. Definitely gonna have to Strain this one out. Good. Get out of here. That's terrible. Oh my god, these twos. Let's claim the terrible twos and the twos. Alright, so we've got a pretty terrible brick. Starting here, that actually kind of helps. Embarrassingly. Queen will be nice if anything. We can go ahead and go for a reshuffle instead. Really hate that one. With that board, that's kind of like fortunate, I guess, because we have a suitably gross 5 board that this just might sort of work out. But not like... We're not happy about it. Alright, if I reshuffle this, I think it's not going to give me anything good on a 9, so we're going to hold on for a second. I think this is where actually just mill for cards instead, like late game, when you're like out of like interesting things you can draw. You can just draw nothing instead. That's terrible. Should have taken that. Why did I take that 7? We are a fool, and that bomb is going to kill me. This is cringe. I'm going to die to a bomb. Gotta do that. That's literally the only thing that will save me. I'll leave this up to this game to decide whether I am worthy of surviving after that. And for some reason I am. There is absolutely no reason I should have survived that, but sometimes the RNG decides to play in your favor like this run, so I will remain grateful. Oh, that's the good stuff. Now we're getting fun cards. Every card is to convert to that card's type. That'd be really great if I had any of the things that pop with that. Unfortunately, I don't. I really feel like I just want to keep my money for revives because I don't trust myself versus this RNG. Wow, what an opener. For lack thereof. That was not the best way to start. I might just come out and just like die straight away. It's like the least amount of cards that are good possible. Throw it in the stun here, so I'm just like, don't immediately die. Oh, this is cringe. Reshuffle these, pray for literally anything. Get a queen out of this, this would be appreciative. Gent, of course. But now we'll not die this turn, we'll just die like next turn instead. Alright, so that went about as bad as it possibly could. Sometimes the game just says no. Try the second revive. Try that again. I just need to like not get clobbered by the 6s this guy throws down. Which Easier said than done, if anything. Wow, that was complete non. Not too bad. This really just has so many cards that is just like a gargantuanly painful amount of cards. Reshuffle here. Threes. Go for our stun. I feel like I just have like an insurmountable amount of cards left still. And like these good runs are helping knock it down a little bit, which I appreciate. I really do need it. No, my shield. Terrible. Let's go bad. That gave me nothing. Now we are once again in the pits of hell. I need this defense or else I'm just going to be miserable forever. Please defense me. Hold off on that till I know what I'm doing. Oh, are you kidding? More cards. It's no good. Not at all. We're actively making progress backwards. Please send help. My crops are dying. My crops are dying and I'm running out of everything. Only by the grace of God have I not seen like a 6 come to brain me in the ass. Alright, so the reshuffle is not going to be useful for me here. And we're not getting... There's a 6. Well, sometimes you get what you ask for. Come on. Terrible, 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 terrible draws. Alright, so we are technically, legally speaking, not dead yet. We will be dead very soon if we do not try very hard to not be dead. Faster than very soon, if anything. Look at that. Nothing. Oof. Welcome back to Purgatory. None of these are really particularly useful for me still. These are actually different now. Oh, they're the same. Okay. This is called the Ruinous Bog. I'm definitely feeling very kaiji right now. Hey. Free gem card for people who are suffering too much. I appreciate that. It means I can't go and just like shuffle this though. It means I have to go for the draws instead. Now I have to, I guess I can just do this. There, give me my sad gem. Now let me reshuffle this terrible thing. I feel like the reshuffle is good early when you're just trying to dig out cards and then late. Like I can't tell, like I think it keeps the same. Oops. If it keeps the same cards, then like late game it becomes kind of like not so useful. So it becomes this kind of thing where you want to use the shuffle early and then go into drawing cards later. Like, it hasn't been, like, great. Like, it's been, like, okay. But I'd like to hope I can kind of slowly drag this. No, look at that terrible draw. This deck to functioning, whether it likes it or not. Nine would be great there. Let me get something. There we go. There's a 9 for you. That was nice. I still got a lot of cards left, though. Let me click it. Let me suffer. We'll just reshuffle our way out of this in a second. Reshuffling has decided to bless me well enough. Alright, I could use a defense this turn, but I might not actually get it. Unfortunately. There we go, that was lucky. That was extremely lucky. So we can put that in, survive this attack. And continue on with our merry misadventures here. 10, 9, 10, 9, 8. Now we're just kind of mill here for cards that don't suck. Keep that. I can take out 2 cards, which I'll need if I can, like. I'll pop that, I should be careful. And then I could take out this one. And don't even need the other one. That was lucky, okay. So I'm fortunate we can get through that at least. God, that was miserable though. Would love to buy another revive, which I absolutely cannot afford. Reduce enemy attack damage by 1. It sounds better than it probably actually is. This is like one of these useful things. Let's see. So this one, does this have any? All these are terrible. Okay. Pick the randomized one instead. That might be better than the reshuffle. What if we just load up even more green cards? One of them has to be right. Give yourself some option select. Great start. We could just throw down the randomized, to be honest. I think we will. Not too bad. Ain't great, but well, I think just randomize that away. Or like reshuffle it away. Nice. Frankly terrified by the amount of cards this game is making me deal with right now. No more poison. I'll have to take that one this turn. Shuffle. We're done here. We have a few turns to sweat. Then we can probably randomize away the bombs, hopefully. I mean, honestly, if I get a card that fits here, then I could really just clean it out, and I don't. I immediately regret all of my life choices. To do that. That's actually kind of lucky. Have you ever seen that many 2s in your life? kind of had to go that way. Poison sucks, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Once again, I'm rewarded for playing like a complete dunk ass. Sometimes. Not all the times. Now the stacks here are getting kind of gross. So I can't get rid of these enraged cards. I'm trying to hold out for a full board like shuffle because my piles are kind of gross. Got to just do it like this, I guess. Well, that's no fun. I know it's still there. Alright, you know. Things have gone from bad to worse. But nope, that doesn't get rid of their enraged status. Wow, check out all that damage. I might be dead now. I am very dead. Unless I can get rid of things just enough, but I don't have any specials to save me from this one. Oh well. Not the worst I've done, but slightly disappointing. But we have enough to not unlock another deck. I mean, I feel like it really would help if I just like max out a deck I really like and just take it all the way. Like the monk, which is just like super like wild card and just kind of yeet your way through things with stuns and energy. Like this feels like it'd be really good for that. But part of me is just like, what if I try something else instead? Like second card's always revealed. What if you just do acrobat and just like speed run? What if you just say all running all the time? Let's see what it's like. I feel like this is indicative of how I play a lot of games, and that I'm biasing myself towards builds which are just like hella like glass cannon, just like run fast and be super nimble, just like nimble, be like the Lotus Elise of like solitaire games. I'm not necessarily good. Oh god, it's like 6. Are you kidding me? Why did I buy this deck? Wild card's a 6. Okay, so this I guess it bounces up, but the fact you can just like see cards, like that's actually really useful. Except when I can't play anything, then you just kind of suffer, I guess. Like there is oh my god, there's actually a lot of information to take in. No, not too much information to take in if you can't play anything. So that means if I wild card like this, I can see like I guess it makes sense because now that I have this like scry, my wild cards are like super extra good now. Because you can really use them at an advantageous time. If you get to use them at all, which currently I'm not. So like here I can go like up to king knowing that the king is there. Might die anyway. Kings is not the best. Please feed me cards. Is this the end for our intrepid hero? Are we doomed to wait forever for 3 different cards here? Throwing up as much defense as we can to not like immediately die. I guess I'm dead. Alright, that's my review. Acrobat 0 out of 10. Just kidding, I played that like super terribly. You got nothing. Congratulations. You're welcome. Yeah, let's try again. Like, honestly, if you want to think really hard, I'm sure there are almost even bits where, like, holding back cards would actually be good for you here, as weird as that sounds, because I guess neither of these is particularly better than the other. Because you could, like, hold back and do a really long run if you see the potential to get something in, like, a few turns. Which is, like, probably too big brain and a bad idea. I'll check this out. We are going. Welcome to Purgatory. Let's see. If I take the 7 here for the wild card, that'd be really good. There we go. And I know I can heal my way, like, all the way back up. I'm just kind of, like, lazy right now. Whatever. Have some hearts. I do not believe that a weird ground sloth would say, "Oh, come on," but if that's what this game wants to imply, then they are more than welcome to it. Alright, so I want to generate just like tons and tons and tons of agility. How do I generate tons and tons and tons of agility? Who knows? None of these spells are too good, so we'll save it up and hopefully grab a good one next time. Oops, that's alright. Didn't think that one the whole way through. And Jack 10 9. Okay. And Jack 10 9. Okay, then we're about to kind of like run to a wall here. That's fine. 8 7. I'm thinking. And then here we got Come a Mess, but like whatever. Get out of here. I mean, the 6 for a wild still does kind of feel bad. It's like doable with the right like decks. It's not like you won't reach 6. That's kind of how I feel. Like, here's the tricky one, because you're just gonna be completely just like out of power the entire time. Now we start pulling up the stuns, because we love stuns. Let's see if that helps. By the... Get me closer to 1 free stun to start. Well, they gave me a gem early, thank you. 3 queens in a row. Don't see that every day. I may... Oh. We're not one for drawing cards that start here. Alright, we need to get started here or something. I forgot the queen, because I am a genius. Sorry. No 6s here, though, unfortunately. That'll give me a better tableau. Oh no, I forgot a card again. I need to sit up or something. Well, now that we are already almost dead. Okay. We can run down from 8 and we'll hope this saves us at least a little bit. Not a lot, because I'm still vulnerable to taking a 3. And also I have these 3 jacks on here, which is like the worst possible thing I can imagine. Okay, now I'm dead. It's like, I get it, but we can unlock another deck, so maybe we'll try to unlock another deck. Interesting, so this one uses armor to eat cards if you need to. It feels like you'll just get like stun locked really bad if like the enemy wails on you and you just like don't get to burn your armor anymore. That's kind of curious. This one's like an aggro thing where I guess you just like you try to run yourself down to no HP, and then like like everyone loves those like comps in like every RPG, the ones where you just like burn all your HP and then you spend your entire life at 1 HP and say, please. As long as they die before you do, kind of feeling. Gain willpower faster. Two armor is kind of not too exciting. Yeah, I probably should start upgrading like individual decks, but let's go for the funny of like the defensive funny. Which just gives, okay, it also has a stun on the opponent. I appreciate that. It feels like all of the characters' upgrades are like the 40 is the thing that gives 3 energy on draw, and then the Queen Kings are kind of like things that play along with their deck type. Alright, show me your numbers. Alright, so 2 armor to just like yeet random cards out. So the hard part is just making sure I generate a ton of armor, which will be a little hard early. I feel so naked now that I can't see the back cards anymore. If I do this, I can just like, ain't that fun? You don't get resources for it, but that's like fine. I just kind of like suffer. Can't tell if my deck is entirely blue cards. Is that what the colors on the board of the characters mean? Is like what the types of cards you draw are? Because that affects a lot of like what your passive like energy intake is going to be. Alright, so we need to shield and we need to shield hard. Ooh. There we go, that's what we need. We need resilience because that way we can just farm shield really well. But also alchemy will get you money in the long run. And I think early game you can kind of afford to alchemize. So I will be greedy here and then possibly regret it. the worst thing that can happen is that I waste like one battle's worth of trying. So what can I say? You could do far worse. Wow, rude. I'm gonna kind of use this and just kind of like get all these out of here. Okay, now we suffer because like you need like something to survive here, and I'm not sure what that something is. We're just gonna take honestly the 2 hearts because you just get like I feel like since everything is a coin, there's not a lot that you can do offensively against them unless you just kind of like you'll slowly be able to use your abilities by virtue of the enemy casting the spell that turns these back into like cards for normal people. Just kind of like in general, you won't have much powers you can use. Oops. I am not number smart right now. I'm gonna wait for 10 armor so I can take out 3 cards, hopefully. Maybe I'll regret it. Terrible run, though. Might naturally need the armor just to not die. So don't tell myself that. He'll be aggressive instead. Keep 1 armor here. These are just because I have it. I'm gonna need that armor really fast. I'm gonna use it? Who knows? It's the difference between life and death right now. Need the heal also. Cannot claim to be doing great. We're trying. Sounds good. We have a chance of like not biffing it terribly. Not a high chance, but we'll need to. Oh, it's bad again. This is just, I think this boss is definitely like, I feel like I'm at like the noob killer. I'm at like the scrub stopper. I'm at the rookie ruiner. I'm at the too dumb to understand game terminator. And so I need to like figure out how to reliably get around that boss because I'm not doing it right, I think. Like, let's go back to like some classics here. Let's go play Monk again. Monk, which is just like, do you love the generated green? And the answer is, I absolutely love the generated green. Do I generate green? Not very well, but I like to do it. And it's a stun too, so you just kind of like, you just stun and then you like kind of like run really fast. And you hope that something works out. And usually it does. With the 2 armor. Might be worth it next battle. Sure, why not? That's easy. Alright, how will we handle it this time? Star of 2 health. It helps. And we got the laser beam, which will basically damage 2 more if we pull out some reds. But we're not going to pull out too many reds in this battle, so I don't think it's super, like, necessary here. I'll take the resilience early, because I think it'll be beneficial. It probably won't be useful, like, here. But might as well have it for the battle after. Wow. I guess now we had the choice between the stun and the armor, depending on willpower. Here we go. Didn't really feel like it was helpful at all. Oof, ain't that terrible. Should have taken the green card instead. No. Works out. Alright, so now let's get one or the other and I'll be out of here. Thank you. Merciful RNG that time, even though that was not a... I wouldn't call it a great run. Alright, now we get some speedrunning things. Randomize is... I mean, I'm kind of short on greens, but I think it's a good It's a good investment in cases where no wild card will be better. But what if you don't have 5? What if you need 3 instead? What if your entire board is terrible and you just need to make it all go away? Sure. Let's go. If we randomize here, I'm gonna strike the run from 7 instead. You know what we're aiming for here. Nice, easy. I didn't even need the skills. Like, even if Solitairica is a little RNG sometimes, I feel like something that feels nice in a roguelike, I think, as I go stare at what cards I want. Honestly, Intimidate is really nice for when you have a stupid front board. I'll take it, because you can ruin the front boards with it. And just kind of keep it, to ruin the front board. Like, not all roguelite runs are made equal, as much as, you know, you'd kind of wish it to be that way. Christ. And so there's certainly a feel of, like, sometimes when you're on a good run, you kind of recognize that, and 1, it does excite you, obviously, and 2, it's like, what can I do to keep that good run, I guess? Like, it's kind of like, when the stakes are high, like, you have to, you start thinking a little bit more, you start considering how can you, oh, I didn't actually equip my, my ability. Full joke's on me. That's fine. It's so tempting to randomize here. I don't actually have to randomize. Wait until... It was mid. That's nice. We tried. Should have saved for the wild card, but I was greedy. That's 2 armor and 1 stun. Oh, I don't want the armor, I want the stun. Okay, so I'll take this just because it's cheap. Then we'll equip healing as a... I will use the resilience to heal again. Alright, so this one's gonna be a slugfest apparently. Not too bad. Let's go and shuffle these. Get something better. A little bit, not a lot. The armor. Throw down a stun for good measure. Then we could take out those sixes, but we'll hold for a second. Now we take out the sixes. Cute, okay. Ominous but cute. We'll have to get rid of these columns then. Do it that way then. I mean, I'll regret this a little bit when I'm stuck in this column for the rest of my natural life. But we'll deal with that problem when we get there. Please save me. Knock in the... Yeah, that's instant too, huh? I'll hold this for a second then. I just refuse to get, like, I wonder if card counting actually helps in here. Like, if this is like a real deck of cards. Oh my god. Look at this go. Alright. Got no choice. To trim these off as fast as I can. Alright, so that was like not the worst. We have managed to stay even or before, but now we've got this like this terrible column here that is just like probably the worst column you've seen. Give me that armor, please. I need it like right now. I need a good top deck like right now, like a 4 up. No, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Not too bad overall though. The rogue was also fun to eat around, so keeping with our theme of yeet decks. Sorry, you probably heard that on the camera, on the microphone. Oops, one short there. There we go. Be useful in the future. I expect to go for a stun lock combo here too. Oops. I'll do it the hard way then. As they say, guess I'll die. Did that the wrong way. No, I actually will die. Oh my god. I don't deserve a reward for this one, but sure. My crops are dying, please feed me. We're trying. We're trying very hard. We're not trying very well, but we're trying very hard. Oops. 4-2, I guess. Kinda like this. Get 3 out of this, that'd be good. Yes. Oops, wrong one. We'll survive. Through no fault of my own. Wow. I'm just going out and having fun. You know, that's funny. Now we can do the full, like, agility farm in case I want to draw, like, a zillion cards, which is, like, not really worth it in this build, I think. It's funny. Is it worth it? Keep this one, because it has its merits. Healing can get out. Let's go ahead and take out all these defenses. Gives me 3D. It gives you a lot of like, it's a nice energy like source also, which I appreciate. Going for speed running. On this earth to suffer. This is kind of a mess here. I go this way instead, probably. Oops, wrong button, but that'll do. I mean, it won't do, but the principle of it will do. That was a bad play. So now we're in purgatory forever. Forever and ever and ever. That's really awful. We're just gonna get chipped to death. And stalled to death. Terrible. Can't even click these cards without dying. And that's that. Alright, I will take, I think, a break for now, so time to log off. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Next Inscryption. I forgot the name of it for a while. Unless I'm still in Solitaire Hell next time. We will find out. Alright, thanks for watching. Good night.